Shalom, shalom, all praise be unto Yahweh, Bashima Shai, Bashima Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great Most on that were well, and shalom to the elect. Yeah, man, this is the second layer of, what's been happening, the strife between the IUIC and the ISUPK. Spoke about the violence and the wrath and the strife and the stuff like that. Now I'm just going to talk about of what confusion this has caused, and the Most High doesn't deal with confusion, man. This is 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. Yeah, so the Lord don't deal with confusion, babbling, and multiple doctrines, and mixing of good and wrong together, and that's madness and chaotic. The Lord don't deal with that, man. Yeah, the Lord don't deal with that. The Lord wants us to be in one spirit, one mind, man. And the reason why I'm bringing it out, because that situation was confusion in the get-go, and it was bound for strife to happen, because already there was confusion. You're both in the same corner, right? Rubbing shoulders with each other. I'm using figure of speech. I'm not being literal, but as a figure of speech, you're rubbing shoulders with each other, and you're both from different groups, and you probably got different breakdowns, different doctrines. One's got a microphone and talking, another one is talking with a microphone simultaneously at the same time. Now look at the people in the crowd. They don't know who to listen to. They're confused. Too many people shouting and talking at the same time. Two different types of doctrines are being heard. You're further bugging out the people even more. That's confusion, man. So something was bound to happen. With a male ego, hyper testosterone, trying to prove who's tougher than who, while you're standing next to each other. And it just takes one little situation to spark something, then it's going to end up in a fighting match, man. Yeah? You see? And then that's why it's the spirit. The Apostle Tar, even though Apostle Tar made this announcement like even more clear about not dealing with these other groups, he's mentioned this many years before anyway. And look, you see, these are the effects when you don't listen to spiritual men, man. The elders and apostles have spoke about this years in this truth, man. Because guess what? It's scriptural, man. Yeah, it's scriptural, man. The elders and apostles know what they're talking about, and it's scriptural, man. This is of the spirit, and guess what? When you don't listen, because all these other groups been doing this multiple Israelite group sit downs, multiple Israelite group Passovers, multiple Israelite group cookouts and concerts. And now look at this now. You see? Two different intents, two different doctrines. It just caused confusion, man. But anyways, for the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints. James 3, let's start from verse 13. The subheading is wisdom from above. Who is a wise man endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. But if you have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, and you see that could be the cause as well of why the internet happened. Yeah, having bitter envying and strife in their hearts, in their mind. No wonder why their reaction was so were so quick and so impulsive, because already in their hearts having hatred. Yeah, no time for negotiating or talking. You saw that Jake from ISUPK. He ran up there and threw the left hook, man. And look what all that caused. And even before that, okay, the movement of the chair. Yeah, the IUIC brother in red, so impulsive, so inflamed. He charged up to him, I think through his bag, his pouch or whatever, and dashed, moved the chair. You can see in his spirit he was enraged over a movement of a chair. There was no talking from both parts. Pushing and shoving. They stood back. Then an ISUPK member ran up and threw the left hook, man. Why? You know why? Because of this. But if you have bitter and envy and strife in your hearts, that was already in the spirit, in their minds already. The demons probably thinking inside them, yeah, we ain't gonna let them overtalk us. No, we'll stay in this part of the block. We ain't budging, because we're real gangster. We're real niggas. Both groups could be thinking that. You see? Confusion, man. But if you have bitter envy and strife in your hearts, glory not and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. You see? See mankind's mentality? Sensual, just carnal, impulsive. You do what the flesh feels right. Whatever the flesh feels is right to you, how you feel. Yeah? Just senseless, brainless. Animalistic mentalities out here. Over emotional. As soon as your blood boils, you just want to throw a punch. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion. There's the word confusion again. What the previous scripture in Corinthians I read, what did it say? That the Most High is not the author of confusion. But here it says, look, for where envying and strife is, which we witness, there is confusion and every evil work. Look at that, man. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable. Yeah, you see? Because if you're really spiritual, yeah, if you're really wise, yeah, you would have been pure. You could have engaged in a good conversation. Brother, I dislike what you did. Can you not do that? Can we both agree to go to separate positions, separate areas? Let's not deal with this. We've both got different doctrines. Let's not fight each other, not all of that. Then peaceable, gentle. There was no, and easy to be entreated. Full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Yeah, it wasn't really peaceful, that situation that happened, man. But at the end of it, look. Amos 3:3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Yeah. They're not gonna walk together, man. Different groups, different doctrines, different spirits. Yeah. And bad intentions as well. Yeah. So you're not gonna agree, man. Not in one mind, you're not in one spirit. One's talking about Christ, one's talking about Yahweh Shai. Right? And then both, got different doctrines. Yeah, they may talk about Israel and that, but still got different doctrines. And also the intent of the mind is carnal, man. Can two walk together except they be agreed? So guess what? When two people can't agree, what happens? You separate. So they shouldn't be in the same corner spewing their doctrines, man. They should have separated. If one group was there first, and the other group saw, they said, you know what, let's go to a different spot because that spot's taken. And guess what? That may have been your original spot, and they just decided to steal it, or they didn't know. Okay, you could have a conversation about that, and if they said they don't want to move, well, guess what? You move. Why are you gonna be standing there arguing with someone that doesn't want to move? You know, you're just gonna be shouting over each other. While, and how are you gonna teach the people that are trying to learn? No edification. But anyways, with that, man, all praise be to Yahweh Shem Shai B'Shem Shalom.